डाइवर्स कम्युनिटी खसूसन पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी की अपलिफ्ट और इन्हें अमरीकी सियासी और समाजी धारे में लाने वाली सफाई अव्वल की नॉन प्रॉफिट तंजीम ऑल फॉर वन फॉर ऑल की जानब से गुज़श्ता दिनों न्यूयॉर्क पोकेप्सी के खूबसूरत इलाके में वाक़ एक 5 स्टार होटल में दूसरे सालाना गाला इवेंट का इनाकाद कम्युनिटी की मारूफ डॉक्टर और ऑल फॉर वन यूनाइटेड वी स्टैंड की चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव मोहतरमा डॉक्टर सीमा रिजवी की क़यादत में किया गया। ऑल फॉर वन की इस खूबसूरत तकरीब में सेनेटर राव प्रोडिसन के अलावा डाइवर्स कम्युनिटी और हर रंग व मजहब के अफराद समेत शहरी इंतजामिया और कम्युनिटी लीडर्स की एक बहुत बड़ी तादाद ने शिरकत की और डाइवर्स कम्युनिटी के लिए ऑल फॉर वन की खिदमत का एतराफ़ किया। आइए देखते हैं एक इंतहाई exclusive report.
I used to work for IBM, and then after I retired from IBM, I decided to go into teaching. And so I had developed a different way of teaching math, and I started going into the schools, teaching the kids a better way of doing math. And I also at the museum was teaching some of the children a better way of doing math that weren't in the Wappingers district. And that's how I got to know people in the community, because a lot of people from the mosque were bringing their kids in my museum, and they were seeing that they were doing very well. And some of the kids are outside, collecting the tickets there. And one of the students became a valedictorian of her class last year. So as a result of that, I've got exposure to a whole community of different cultures and things, and I'm beginning to discover the beauty of being able to share other people's culture with them and how much it enriches my own life. And I feel that the goals of All for One are critical to our world getting along much better.
Karen Stritt, and I operate the Brookmead community in Rhinebeck, New York. I've known Dr. Rizvi for a number of years now, but she's most recently worked at our facility, and she's one of the most caring, compassionate, dedicated physicians that I have ever had the privilege of working with. We're blessed today and fortunate that she's honoring one of our very own nurses, Barbara Murtaugh, and we appreciate that. And why it means so much is because of what Dr. Rizvi stands for and her commitment to people and serving, not just locally but globally. And the fact that she honored one of our nurses means the most to us, and we thank her.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, the most gracious and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, hello, namaste, shalom, and good afternoon to you all. Welcome to the second All for One, One for All United We Stand nonprofit Gala. Today, we are united by a purpose to make real, lasting impact in our communities and beyond. So we are honored to begin tonight's program with a Quran recitation from Imam Badr Usmani.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ليس البر أن تولوا وجوهكم قبل المشرق ولا المغرب, and is constant in prayer and pays the dues to the poor, and those who keep their promises when they make promise, and are patient in the time of misfortune and in the time of hardships and in the time of stress. It is they who have proved themselves to be true, and it is they who are the righteous people.
Hello, I'm Sadaf Ehsan.
Good afternoon and Assalamu alaikum. I have the honor of introducing Dr. Seema Rizvi. Seema practices family medicine with a focus on geriatrics. She teaches residents geriatric medicine at Vassar Hospital. Her passion for philanthropy has been apparent going back right to the beginning when we attended dinners at her house, and she collected funds for the newly founded charity hospital in Karachi, Indus Hospital, which is now one of the biggest charity hospitals in Pakistan. She has spearheaded campaigns during COVID to help with hunger relief, as well as other campaigns to help with refugees. So I now like to call Seema Rizvi to come and tell us about her work.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, most merciful and most gracious. Assalamu alaikum. May we peace be upon you. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My beautiful All for One community. As a president and founder of this All for One, and behalf of my All for One board, I would like to welcome you all. And also I have a privilege and honor for me to welcome all of you. Thank you for coming here and giving us your precious time. And this huge gathering with so much diversity, compassion, and enthusiasm shows we all stand for solidarity, humanity, unity. This shows we are unified, not divided. All for one, one for all, united we stand, divided we fall, is a 501c3 non-profit organization, and it is an American Muslim platform and started as a seed of solidarity in 2016. And we joined the hands of diverse community and at large to deliver a message of kindness, peace, tolerance, and inclusiveness. And it is based on Declaration of Human Rights to promote peace and solidarity. Our goals are collaborate with local communities to serve and improve the lives of all those around us. Build bridges between communities and civic leaders. And All for One is also a philanthropic organization and has initiated many humanitarian missions locally and globally. Then we have an All for One Global Health Initiative. So we did the event in Karachi, Pakistan. And Pakistan, we have amazing NGOs, and they are doing a great job. They are not under government, but they are really amazing people. And we also give money to these NGOs to continue their noble work. Indus Children's Hospital, Karachi, is a hospital which is 100% free of any charge. Ramadan Solidarity event is that so far we have done 3 annual Ramadan event. This is a month of fasting for Muslims, and this is considered as a month of spirituality and charity. And All for One is very thankful to diverse community, regardless Jewish, Hindu, Sikh, Muslim, Bhai, other faith, or people from any faith, no faith, for their contribution. One of the very important components of All for One is to promote peace and solidarity based on the Declaration of Human Rights. My father, late Sayyid Sami Ahmed, he is my inspiration and beacon. He was a lawyer and writer of many books on history and judiciary. One of his books, History of Pakistan and Role of Army, is also there, and he has donated the entire sale proceed to the deserving people all his life. So he wrote, during partition of India and Pakistan under British East India Company in 1947, there was a massacre of 1 million people, Hindus and Muslims, during this migration. And these are the people who lived cordially together before partition. And there are examples of so many countries the world went through this, and it's going on. I quote UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, refugees need global solidarity and the ability to rebuild their lives in dignity. Despite the enormity of these heinous acts of past genocide continue to occur around the world. And thanks to all of you for coming here, giving us your precious time. All I can say is to pray for peace and kindness and love for each other. Thank you.
Right. Before I get started, I will like to say that I met Seema Rizvi, or Dr. Rizvi, when she was a young bride and she came to Poughkeepsie. And I've seen her, and I knew her husband before he got married. Before I get started, I would like to say one thing. I've seen Seema Rizvi from basically the time she got married and came to Poughkeepsie, and I have been super impressed with her capabilities and her hard work and dedication, and again, what I'd like to see, before I can introduce our award recipient, I would like to ask everybody to please thank Seema Rizvi, Dr. Seema Rizvi, and her team for their hard work.
When Dr. Rizvi said that All for One started in 2016, and I said to Jody Miller, my dear friend, dating back to my days in the county legislature, when she was the head of the mediation center, I said, when did All for One, when did 100 Cups of Coffee start? And she said 2016. And that was the year I became mayor in the city of Poughkeepsie. And as I have lived my life about being together, regardless of who you are and where you come from, that's what we did as police officers. You didn't know the person that you were going to help, generally what their background was, whether they worshiped or they didn't, whether they voted in elections or they did or they didn't. You went because they needed your assistance. All for One and 100 Cups of Coffee are that as well. And that has shaped me as a human being and what we need to do together to promote, collaborate, and build. Build the kind of communities that not only do we want to live in, but we want other people to live in. And to receive a recognition from this organization and from you is very, very heartfelt. Said, human rights begin in small places close to home. And that's what you have been doing for our great city and beyond. But when we think about the impact, the measurable impact that All for One and 100 Cups have had on the city of Poughkeepsie, and especially me, as I have approached my job as an elected official and a human being, I thank you for that. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is not a recognition that I was looking for. I am blessed to have it, but again, I am sharing it with my sister, but also I am sharing it with all of you because that's the work that you're doing. We're doing the same work, and that's how we change the culture of our lives, and that's how we change the culture of our communities. And we are so blessed that you are all doing that work respectfully in your own communities, but especially in the city that I dearly love, and that's the city of Poughkeepsie. Thank you so very much.
Assalamu alaikum. So today I was tasked to speak about peace. So we're all drawn to peace, or what appears to give us calmness. Even without realizing it, we may journal, walk, maybe do yoga. I think she was talking about whatever floats our boat. And others still may gravitate towards destruction in order to forget about or escape the lack of eternal peace. While the external coping skills may vary, in essence, we all seek the same thing, peace. But true peace can only come from its source, Allah, God, as-Salam. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, affirmed this name when he corrected the companions who would say salam upon Allah. He said to them, Allah is as-Salam, meaning we do not say salam upon Allah because he is as-Salam and from him is peace.
Thank you, and I just want to thank Dr. Rizvi again, my dear friend, for inviting me today and for all of the work that you have been doing in the community for many, many years. So, Seema said, Jody, the theme is peace and solidarity. So I said, okay. And we can see right up on the wall that All for One has a commitment to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We've heard about Eleanor Roosevelt today briefly. Her home was here in Dutchess County. And we heard about her quote, small places close to home. And so I would like to read you a portion of that quote because I think it's as relevant today as ever in what that means. And so it goes, small places close to home, where after all do human rights begin? In small places close to home, so small that they cannot be seen on any maps of the world.
When I think of human society, the analogy of a garden comes to my mind. A garden where there are hundreds and different types of flowers and trees. We people from South Asia, we love flowers. Lily and rose are our favorites. Rose is the king of flowers because of its symbol, being a symbol of gratitude, symbol of love, symbol of humanity, like humility, and it is a symbol that is shared when there is a happy occasion or there is a sad situation. To convey the feeling and the message to the people who suffer, they are enjoying, we present the roses to them.
Thank you to All for One that's uniting us here together. We are in a season of signs and bumper stickers, right? And the way that we see our community change is not just to coexist, but to co-create. That's my second word. Co-create our future together. To not just tolerate and coexist, but co-create what we're doing. So my hope for this group, and I think that's what they're doing, and it's amazing if you look around this room, if you share in the interfaith spirit that's happening in this community. And I would say from any place else where I've served in this country, I haven't seen the same representation of faces and faith together in a room. So that is good news, as we don't simply coexist and tolerate, but we co-create and celebrate. Thank you very much.
I want to say why I'm here. I'm here because I trust SEMA. And I suspect that I would trust all of you. This matters to me. The slide that's up there, if you can see it, is a brass plate on a small stone. This is called a stumbling stone. There are thousands of these in Europe. Stumpelstein. They are placed in front of the last known home, since home is one of our themes here, and it matters to me greatly, the last known home of a Holocaust victim. Last October 6th, I was in Dortmund for the installation of this stone for my grandfather, Oscar Sherman. His home would have been in the middle of the intersection, right in the street, and they decided that was really not a dignified place to put this, so they put it at the corner.
I'd like to begin by thanking Seema Rizvi and the Board of Directors of the All for One organization for giving me this opportunity to speak here this afternoon. I've been told and reminded repeatedly that I'm allowed about 3 to 4 minutes today to make my comments. I'll do my best to abide by that directive. The All for One organization has been instrumental and very active in their efforts to build these relationships and alliances with some outstanding organizations that have been extensively involved in these efforts, such as the Dutchess County Interfaith Council, the Mid-Hudson Islamic Association, and lots of other extremely outstanding organizations in a community with a common objective of trying to unify us and create a sense of solidarity, which is so vitally important for us as a country and as a community. So let's all work together to promote the spirit, strength, and underlying principles that have made this truly the greatest country in the world. Thank you very much, and God bless America.
I'm honored and humbled to be here today. Thank you, Dr. Rizvi. Thank you, the distinguished speakers, guests, and all the people who are attending today. We all flocked into this country, and if we don't come together in unity, we cannot be in strength. And this is what this organization, Dr. Rizvi, is trying to do. We all need to bring our strengths, love and harmony to be together, to prevail and bring peace to this earth.
What I'd like to do is to start off a little bit with my background in hate, how I moved on with that, and then talk about the thought processes one goes through when you're trying to talk with people in a productive fashion. So when I grew up, it was around the time of World War II, and so after that, I learned to dislike the Germans. So then I finally end up going to work for IBM. And IBM is an international company in the truest of sense. And all these people who I'd learned to dislike were a member of the IBM community. And I had to work with these people. And what I found is, as I worked with these people, they turned out all to be wonderful people.
To all of you for being out here to support All for One, I honestly can't think of a more important message and voice in Dutchess County right now, and I am so honored to be a part of this event. And thank you, of course, I'm going to join the chorus of people who said thank you to Dr. Seema Ritzby for setting the bar with her energy and her pure heart and her really just passion for this work. So thank you, Dr. Ritzby, for that. And I'm so proud to be here among you all, because all of us are living in a time where we're being encouraged to be suspicious of one another. We don't have to fear each other. We only have to reach out in love. Thank you for all you do for this community. Thank you for letting me be part of today. God bless you.
Basically, I run an organization in Connecticut. It's called Karachi Welfare and Development Association. And my sister, who runs All for One, and we have been working very closely in a lot of projects together. And she was actually in Pakistan supporting Indus Hospital. I will discuss a little bit more about this, but let's watch this video. This is the visit to this hospital for children. They were basically who are suffering from cancer.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम। वैसे तो एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर तो हूँ, लेकिन बेसिकली मैं पीडियाट्रिक ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट हूँ। ये नेशनली और इंटरनेशनली वेल रिकग्नाइज है, जहाँ इंटरनेशनल प्रोटोकॉल के तहत बच्चों का इलाज ही नहीं करते बल्कि उनकी तमाम साइको सोशल नीड को भी पूरा करते हैं। हमारे पास जो बच्चे बाहर से आते हैं दूर दराज इलाकों से, उनके लिए रेसिडेंस भी है। इसके अलावा हम बच्चों को जो माली इमदाद की, तो ओवरऑल वी ट्राई टू नॉट ओनली ट्रीट चाइल्ड बट वी ऑल्सो ट्राई टू हेल्प द फैमिली एज मच एज वी कैन। और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जो है वो इसमें अल्लाह ने कामयाबी दी आप सब लोगों की मदद से। तो मैं बहुत मशहूर हूँ डॉक्टर सीमा रिजवी का कि उन्होंने ये थायराइड कैंसर के ऊपर फंड रेजर 2 मार्च को हो रहा है। मेरी आपसे अपील होगी कि आप लोग इसमें बढ़ चढ़ कर हिस्सा लें और हमारे इस कैंसर के खिलाफ जहाज में हमारा साथ दें। और वैसे बाय द वे कल जो है
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मेरा नाम सीमा रिजवी है। मैं बाय प्रोफेशन में फिजिशियन हूँ, प्रैक्टिसिंग फिजिशियन फ्रॉम न्यूयॉर्क। सो वी आर डूइंग अ इवेंट इन कनेक्टिकट, जो कि देयर आर 3 organizations involved in this. One is Karachi Welfare Association and President is Sayyid Shafi Ahmed. Second one is PACT, जो कि Eradicate Association, and third one is the All for One, One for All, which is a 5013C non-profit organization है।
गुज़श्ता दिनों कनेक्टिकट के खूबसूरत इलाके नॉर्थ हेवन कनेक्टिकट में पाकिस्तान के स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट इंडस हॉस्पिटल एंड हेल्थ सिस्टम के लिए इंतहाई दिलकश फंड रेजिंग डिनर का इनेकाद बड़े बेहतरीन तरीके से किया गया। दुखी इंसानियत की भलाई के लिए कायम किए गए इस अजीम शाहकार इंडस हॉस्पिटल के ज़ेरे इंतज़ाम खिलाफ ऐसे हजारों मरीजों का मुफ्त इलाज किया जा रहा है जो पाकिस्तान के महंगाई शुदा मुआशरे में कैंसर और दीगर मूजी बीमारियों के इलाज की जरा बराबर भी सकत नहीं रखते। इंडस हॉस्पिटल के इस इवेंट के इनकाद में जहाँ फ्रेंड्स ऑफ इंडस नामिक तंजीम ने इस अजीम इदारे के लिए मुनक्किद किए गए फंड रेजिंग में अहम किरदार अदा किया, वहीं कराची वेलफेयर डेवलपमेंट एसोसिएशन और फायामा और कम्युनिटी अपलिफ्ट के शमे में काम करने वाली तंजीम पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन एसोसिएशन ऑफ कनेक्टिकट ने भी इस फंड रेजिंग की कामयाबी में भरपूर किरदार अदा किया।
Proclamation from Senator Rob Rawlinson, legislative proclamation commending All for One, One for All upon the occasion of their honorable work, improving the life of their community. And whereas this legislative office is proud to commend All for One, One for All for their dedication to uplifting and improving the quality of life in their community.
Program to feed homeless for years in partnership with MHIA and also Vassar Temple in this area. He worked tirelessly with the asylum seekers and refugees sent to Dutchess County, Durham, hosting Red Roof victims in this area and provided healthcare system between Albany and New York City.
So many organizations that have cared so deeply, and I'm looking forward to ways that Reunite Migrant Family and Granny's Respond can continue to work with organizations that we've met today. And Gala is really about unity and diversity, which is what today is about. It really truly is an honor to accept this award in her name. Thank you.
Right now, we operate a not-for-profit nursing facility, and gerontology is a field that's completely underserved, so it is an honor for us to do that. But for you to recognize Barbara Murtaugh, who exemplifies everything, Dr. Rizvi, this has just been absolutely wonderful. We're grateful. Can I say one more thing about Barbara?
Yeah, oh.
But at Brookmead, their dedication to exceptional care is only as strong as the people who provide it. And Barbara Murtaugh, our LPN, is a true embodiment of that commitment. When you think of qualities like devotion, kindness, loyalty, and compassion, you're describing Barbara. Whether it's her constant support for her team or her compassionate presence with our residents, she brings warmth and care into every interaction, and that is exactly what we get from here. So thank you.
The youth, the future leaders, volunteers. And we're going to recognize today Mohammed Rayyan Balor for his leadership. Mohammed is like a senior in his Bakersfield High School, and he has shown like wonderful leadership as a young man. I have known him for a while. I'm very, very impressed actually his leadership. For the past 4 years, he was a leader and organizer for all the youth.
We are all gathered here today because we believe that we are members of not a particular race, we are all members of the human race. We are not children of a particular religion. We are all God's children. We all have a universal language, don't we? It is the language of a smile, a hug.
At the floor, and I see in each sweeping, still my guitar gently weeps. I don't know why nobody showed you how to unfold your love.